I see many of you have read these papers like I have. They're simply a promise. They're engineered to get your money while they give you hope. I was beaten up and bloodied. I was hit over the head. I had blood running down my face by AIDS Act Up. David Miller it was that was running this crusade in New York City in February. He called the hotel, told them if the hotel allowed me, this is the Hotel New Yorker and the Hotel Pennsylvania, they had the combination meeting at these two hotels, that they, AIDS Act Up, would burn down those hotels. So they gave me a bodyguard, but he wasn't around there all the time. They said, Bob, do not use the front door of any hotel here. Go around back, use the service entrance, use the one under the sidewalk. Never go out the front door of this hotel. Use the side entrance, service entrance, delivery entrances. And the last I was there, and I had to run out front and get a shuttle to take me to the New Jersey airport to bring me home. There was a guy standing across the street with a video camera, and a guy that hit me over the head and bloodied me. And I didn't chase him down the street because my knees aren't very good. I don't have any cartilage in them. But when's the last time you saw me, Ivan? About 3 years, 4 years ago? You notice anything that's different?
Yeah, you lost about 50 pounds probably.
I lost 130 pounds. I weighed 290, and I have pictures of me to prove it. My hair on top was thinner than some of my old good buddies here. I had a nice little fat fringe around the outside. As soon as I got rid of the adversaries, the aliens in my blood, my immune system took over. When I got rid of the half a pound or so of parasites that every man, woman, and child in America, if he's more than 4 days old, is carrying, a newborn baby in 4 hours has breathed enough air to become infected with Candida albicans. If you live in America, there are 140 known indigenous parasites that any medical parasitologist will tell you live here and in us. If you live in Africa or the tropics, there are 500 identified, known, and maybe half again that many that are unknown. When we got these parasites out of my body, I did, wearing this thing on my wrist, an amazing thing happened. I began losing weight like crazy. I thought, my God, if I got stomach cancer, am I wasting away with something? No, I was in better shape than I was before I started. The parasites, this is a theory, about 30% of the parasites that live in human beings, and these can range from 14 feet long if they're a tapeworm down to microscopic size, which is why they have to use microscopes to do the stool analysis if you go in for a check. These parasites were setting my appetite. If you'll think about this for a minute, stay with me. It is not what you eat or how much you eat that has anything whatsoever to do with your weight. It is how much of what you eat you store as fat, because the parasites have changed the P51, the leptin, and about 5 or 6 known neurotransmitters from the hypothalamus, the apostat, to feed them tomorrow. Many of these parasites have coexisted with mammals, apes, elephants for 20 million years. And the anthropologists will tell you they find them. Whenever they find a carcass frozen in the ice floes, these things have had parasites for about as long as man, however it might be, has been on the planet. These parasites have learned to use you as a meal and not kill you, because then they're going to die themselves, like Ebola. It runs its course in a couple of weeks, Ebola. Many of these viruses do that, but these parasites almost kill you and use you for a meal the same way as we send cattle to a feedlot before we take them to market. And when these parasites vanished from my body, and this is provable by dark field microscopy, phase contrast microscopy, any doctor that does this analysis can prove it. You don't have to take my word for it. I lost all of that weight, and before this time, I had offered $10,000 cash currency under the table to anyone who could get this weight off of me. I had tried hundreds, not hundreds, but dozens of diet plans. I had tried these canned meal, Jenny Craig type adventures. I had been injected with pregnant mare's urine, gonadotropin. I know some of you have been through the same things. I had taken legal methamphetamines to control my appetite. I had been on the protein-sparing fast where we drank glue to rebuild our muscles as we were losing the fat. I had tried everything until I had nearly killed myself. And until I found the true cause of what I believe is, well, about 30% of the people who are overweight, and this was certainly me. I was terribly embarrassed to find the airline stewardess running down the aisle with a seatbelt extender because the seatbelt wouldn't fit around me. I couldn't sit in a booth in a restaurant because I'd have to sit in a chair, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.